How the fuck did he get all those boats? Where did he get all those boats from? Meme review.
So, hello everyone. Welcome to September's recap. Oh dear. Wow, you're all morons. Why did you do that? September, I think, has been a bit of a strange one. All these months have been very strange, but this one has been a massive backstep, and I don't like it.
It's weird because, like, at the beginning of the month, it seemed like things were getting better, but I think, kind of in retrospect, it was more like the calm before the storm.
Well, yeah, it's like you're going, aha, yeah, this thing's gonna work. Nothing can stop this, and then it does. There's no room for happiness in this life.
It genuinely feels that way, doesn't it? Like, I don't know whether or not we're in a better or worse situation than March, because, like, March was when it was, like, properly taking off. But the thing is, it's gone on for ages, and we were given a false sense of security, and now we're facing the questions of, you know, what is it okay to lift? What is it, you know, okay to not lift? The thing is, I'm going back to university and stuff, and, like, I was supposed to be going to do a filming project tomorrow, but my sister had coughs this morning, and so we all had to go get tested for COVID.
Right, you do it.
Jesus Christ.
To the back of your nostril.
That was the back.
No, Stuart, trust me, it wasn't.
That was beyond the back.
Alice, was I up your dad's nose? No, I was nowhere near.
I almost feel guilty for going into university, and I don't want to feel that way.
August, we were all told by the government, eat out to help out, right? We all went out to bars, we could go out to pubs and to restaurants, and we did. We thought we were doing a great thing. We thought we were, you know, being allowed to kind of return to some essence of normality with these restrictions. And then, and only then, after the month had passed, did we then all get told, you're all morons. Why did you do that?
Yeah, that's the thing that makes me most angry, and it sounds like it makes you fucking furious as well. The fact that, like, they seem to be blaming us now, and it's just like, no. The thing is, I'm under the impression that, you know, it's not really anyone's fault, because we haven't really kind of faced something in this magnitude before. But the thing is the government's pointing fingers and just being like, well, it's because you couldn't adhere to this. And Boris can't even get the fucking, like, information right in his head. If anyone's to blame, it's him.
Boris has this amazing ability to speak for any length of time and not say a word.
I think that's called being a politician.
He just says words, and the sentences just elongate and continue, and you just kind of forget what he was talking about. Anyway, ironically, back to the beginning of my sentence. Earlier on, Boris said stuff about the Northeast, and then he did something that I've never seen a politician do, and he put on Twitter,
apologies, I misspoke today. I'm also a massive pile of shit.
I kind of respect him for that, but...
Yeah, but then again, you never know whether this is all part of his plan. Like, you know how we always gone about, like, oh, he doesn't brush his hair? Mm-hmm. Boris specifically messes up his hair after he's been, you know, done up by the wardrobe department to make it look like he's busy and can't, like, stay around for long.
I always kind of imagined that it was just his attempt to just kind of appear as one of us, like, whatever the fuck that means.
That's something, again, that Mark brought up that I totally understand. These people like Matt Hancock, like Boris Johnson and stuff, they grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth. Their life was sat out in front of them. Boris went to Eton with, you know, their one kind of striving thing, which is you're going to get into Parliament. So they don't know the struggles, and they're so out of touch with it all, and I think that's probably why. But again, it doesn't excuse it. Like, you know, it can't be really anybody's fault right now because it's something we haven't faced ever, right? But a baby can set fire to as many hospitals as it wants, but there's at one point where you got to go, you are a baby, but you are killing a lot of people.
Anyway, like, away from politics, because fuck politics right now. I mean, first and foremost, I went back to university. Weird atmosphere. This should be where all sorts of new university students are coming in and getting drunk and shagging each other,
Yeah, to put it plainly.
And returning students are pretty much doing the same thing except a little bit more responsibly. None of that, just kind of solemn faces.
In short, it's pretty empty.
Nice dinner ladies who make you feel a little bit better because they call you love.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember back in college, like at most things we retrospect here, the dinner ladies at like the Costa bit, we were just about to go home and they came to the table that we were at and went, we've got like this entire cake and nobody's eating it. Do you want it?
Yeah, never turn down free cake. That's how wars start. The idea with the last 2 years, there's a lot more physical work that you end up doing. Like, it's a lot more kind of like practical field work, or at least it's supposed to be. Granted, bless them, I feel for them, but the tutors have no idea what they're fucking doing.
Like, we've had this preconceived timeline in our head from April. By this time, you could be doing this. By this time, we do this. They brought in that whole 1 to 5 scheme, completely scrapped that, because they realised, ah, damn, the economy, even though we can just print money out of nowhere. On a lighter note,
Yeah, what have you been up to, Kai?
I've been doing stuff that I can't legally talk about.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
But essentially, working on a film.
Hell yeah, man.
And there's cool people that we can talk to, and like there's people who like love cameras and stuff, and I'm just sat there being like, hey, what lens do you have? And they're like, oh, this lens. I'm like, I can't afford that. And they go, yeah, you can't.
Is it like when, you know, like that rich douchebag kind of like comes into the street with like his flashy car and he's kind of like, he's showing his car off and he's just like, look at my car.
Among the lens envy, I've really enjoyed it, but it's been freaking cool and lots of cool visuals have been happening, but I can't show them until next year, maybe, kind of.
Put a placeholder image of like just kittens or something.
Okay,
you know.
here's a cat.
Look at these cats!
You remember when we used to go do filming? We really enjoyed that. The days out where we would go and take a bunch of cameras, some audio equipment, go to a park, usually a play park with Alan. I don't know why he picked those.
I'm so sad.
That was a good time.
I'm the saddest I've ever been.
It wasn't my fault. I went to the door.
I'm gonna go with my bitch slap.
You know those times where we would go over to Ethan's?
At least I lost better than you fuckers in a way I fucking won.
You know, we wouldn't sleep properly and we'd just still be up at like 6 in the morning and you go outside and everything just feels so light and like,
yeah,
like flowy. Like your brain is like, I shouldn't be awake right now.
Oh, Troy!
I think it's called the magic hour or something.
You can kind of feel the presence of people who were here. God, I need to get a life.
Good news is we can be extras again. That's one thing I can say. I've got to be Irish.
I don't know what the fuck that was not Irish.
I know it wasn't, and that's my point. I can do a wee Scottish one though.
It was pretty good. It was a pretty good accent.
Fantastic. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about before we get on to videos?
I've been kind of like in contact with Carl. Carl's my old teacher. Mine and Kai's old teacher. Yeah, you know, probably one of the best teachers I've ever had. One of the paths I'm considering going down at the moment is going into teaching. He was giving me a bunch of advice about, like, you know, what I do and things might come up. And he did say kind of like, you know, apply within like 1 or 2 years and stuff. But like, potentially within the next few years, I could be a teaching assistant at Darling College.
But won't it feel strange to be in that situation?
Kind of, but like, there's something about that place that keeps on calling me back to it. I don't know what it is, but...
I remember when I went back there, I think I was collecting equipment or something for the Replicant shoot, which is, for people who don't know, a little thing I did last year, where I helped film a cool trailer, and Harry was there, and other Harry was there. And...
How do I differentiate?
I'm
just saying.
Okay. Yeah. Or Harry A and Harry 1.
I went back into college and I had one of those little visitor passes and I was just sat filming where we would usually film on those little round tables, and I was just there like,
That's really weird. Everything just seems strange.
it's kind of like just perspective changing in any other case, really. Like,
it's a mixture of like growing up and you know, just the state of the world as well, because the thing is that I think like the saddest thing was it was a news report, I think it was a few months ago, about like kids going back to school. Kids are excited to go back to school. That's not how a kid should think.
when you're a kid, the holidays should be filled with like going out for barbecues or going to like rough and tumble and stuff like that, and little soft play areas, going around your mate's house, having bunk beds, playing with your DS on PictoChat.
No, I used to love PictoChat.
I used to love PictoChat too, it was great. I used to send small penises to my friends. I both don't want to grow up, but also at the same time, I'm like, I probably need to.
I think to quote the fourth Doctor from Doctor Who, like, you know, there's no point in being
grown up if you can't be childish sometimes.
Exactly.
On that note, let's go on to videos.
My first favourite was Little.
I think that video came from me realizing that like summer itself is coming to an end. Well, I think summer itself is technically already over, but like, you know, that golden hour will soon be over. So I thought this is the last time probably, or one of the last times I could probably get one of these shots and have it look this good.
The exact day that you did that was the day I went on a walk on the morning and got the exact same shot. So I'm going to put that here.
I love those shots. I think we both have hard-ons for artsy shots, don't we?
Yeah, of course we do. It's all part of my browser history.
What's browser history?
Well, the first one on my list actually is a video from the day directly after that, A Moment of Tranquility.
This is good.
I like the calmness of that video. I love the location.
It was one of those mornings where I just got up really early and went out for a walk. Because again, you do get that feeling of like, ooh, I'm like alone right now, but in a good way.
Oh man, I've definitely got location envy.
My next favourite is Right Angle Sandwich from the 13th.
It's pretty good.
I don't think I'd know anybody else other than you that would go up to some bread and go, these slices don't fit. Right Angle Sandwich.
It's as Harry pointed out on the comments of one of my videos. Are all your videos about food? My next one's probably going to be Wildlife and Pandemica.
Don't have a fucking poo. I'll do that in peace.
Only you would see a bunch of animals and just be like, make whatever the fuck that was.
Nigel, where have you gone?
You got a very Yorkshire sense of humour. I think you get off your dad.
I mean, you were talking the other day, weren't you, about how you just don't understand how my dad operates.
He's got like an indecipherable sense of humour, which I think in parts he's passed on to you, but you've also got like a sense of humour that's very uniquely your own.
I'm not misogynistic, it's just that these particular women suck.
He's an enigma wrapped in a mystery.
Equal rights for hookers.
I'll show these clips as well, because I'm allowed to now.
Hi, Craig.
About the fact he now has like 3 boats and a canoe.
Yeah, that's the thing that confuses the fuck out of me. How the fuck did he get all those boats? Where did he get all those boats from?
He's got one boat.
Does he just know a guy?
He's got a boat called Robocop 2. He went on a little boat ride with my Uncle Gaz and crashed into an island. Another little thing he did with Gaz was that he's somehow got like 3 drones. There's just this video of him flying it around in his living room. It hits the wall and smashes into his head. But that brings me on to something I did on the movie set, which was I followed on a legacy that my dad set. And he's still doing, which is he'll go to random places and just collect brown sugar sachets.
Is it always just brown sugar?
It's brown sugar specifically, yes. I don't know why, but according to my mum, his defense was, you never know when you're going to run out of it. So I stole a brown sugar from the set, and I'm going to send it with a little note.
Then he'll just kind of like look at that letter and just be like,
That's my son.
I can't do it. I can't do.
I should have done all bloody crack.
That's better.
I mean, when he was younger, he thought cheese had feelings.
Cheese?
My nanny Carol, who is my mum's mum, obviously was very concerned when her daughter's boyfriend came over and was sat in front of the fireplace being like, cheese has got feelings. He also had, I think it was a shortbread biscuit friend called Brian. Brian the biscuit had a girlfriend who was a party rig. To stop people from eating Brian and his girlfriend, he dipped them in rat poison and buried them under a bridge. But yeah, that's my dad. Anyway, what was your next video?
My next one will probably be back. I'm happy with the way that one was filmed. And as you said, like I think I probably overdid it a little bit, and I'd try and make it a little bit smoother next time. But like, yeah, the jump shot, I really kind of like.
Kind of brought me back to how like we used to do the waft.
I love the waft technique.
Like, you remember back on the Infinity week of After, my project from 2018, just for people who didn't know, we went to go see Infinity War, and I was doing this like slow dramatic zoom to my face while this music was playing, and you were like,
do a waft. I don't think he's going next door anyway. Do a waft.
My next favourite is Tasty Coincidence from the 16th to the 9th.
I never realised how many videos I made were focused around me eating or consuming some food or drink.
I genuinely had an audible moment where I went, oh yeah.
I guess it's just one of those things.
My next favourite would probably Somebody Wake Us Up.
Platform 2 from the 1340 Grand Central service to Sunderland.
I sometimes make these videos therapeutically. Like, sometimes it's a really good feeling to just create something because it's almost like you get it off your chest.
My final one is
Sanitize. Evil's a bacterial curse.
DJ Graham, I forgot completely about DJ Graham being back.
Yeah, DJ Graham is back.
Oh, I fucking loved it. I love DJ Graham, that mad lit bastard, you know? I think you should genuinely consider getting properly into music.
I just pick like a really good like instrumental and then just figure out what the hell lyrics I'm going to put with it.
I just love panning back to just you and Emily bobbing along.
Yeah. And
you know, just with sunglasses on. That shit's my favourite type of music though, when like the audience is left with a sense of, all right then.
Jolly good. Break.
I think my final favourite video is probably Breakfast While the World Ends Further. That video captured your reaction perfectly, which I think was also what was going through my head when I heard that things were steadily getting worse. I get it. I got that video. I watched it and I was like, yeah, Kai's caught on to something here.
In terms of my goals and stuff, I didn't actually get to this at the beginning. You know, I want to set aside like and just do like a couple of jobs per month. I kind of did that. I genuinely don't know how many jobs I've done. I've done like a few small ones, but I'm also like on like timesheets for some of them as well. And of course, Tom messaged me at like 10 o'clock last night because he needed a video doing by 7 today. So I got up at like 2:30 in the morning. I think I've done that. I haven't made any animations or storyboarded anything.
Your work ethic is nothing short of a miracle. Despite everything going on, you know, like you just have this uncanny ability just to kind of just be like, all right, yeah, fair enough, you know. And don't get me wrong, when it gets too much, you're entitled to have a moan about it, which, you know, you're allowed to do. But the thing is, like, it never stops you from moving forward. As you mate, I've just got to say, I admire it. I admire it a lot.
Yeah, again, I've got that kind of realist mode in my head that immediately switches on going, I could mope about this, but if I don't have money soon, I won't be able to live. Do you have any goals going into October that you would like to set yourself?
Even though things are kind of shit, I should stick with them. As much as it feels like it's not gonna last forever. I think my second, hopefully, don't die from coronavirus. I think that is a massive goal. But yeah, if I can do that, then I'll be alright. The thing is though, if I do die from coronavirus, I want you to just
blow you up.
Point at... Huh?
Nothing.
I want you to laugh at me. Fuck it, we've had enough tears this year. Just say, ha, you loser. Just get involved with as many creative projects as I possibly can. You know, both my own, and if someone else kind of, you know, is just like, hey, can you help me with this? Just be like, yeah, sure. I don't know. I've realised how much I enjoy creating stuff.
I think my goals, if I were to set 3 of them, would be try and get a decent bit of work done to sort out my finances. So that would be my second one. I want to actually edit more of my Future Past project because I've not edited anything since June. I think when I go back and I'm editing those videos from June, I'm going to have this weird like mind melt where I'm like, what day is it actually? But yeah, I think I'm going to thoroughly enjoy the next month. I'm just going to try my best to just not worry about things. But you know, every cloud, silver lining, all that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, before my camera dies, we'd like to thank everyone for watching. Like, subscribe, all the stuff.
Kai, watch out!
Something almost hit me, Harry. Was that a tomato? Was that a PNG of a tomato?
I don't know. What the fuck is a tomato doing there?
I'm coming for your dog.